All right, welcome here to the last game of pool play. This in the Division II National Championship. This game, Lakeshore versus Kansas City. Lakeshore Demolition out of Birmingham, Alabama. And the Kansas City Revolution out of Kansas City. And right there, Kansas City defense forcing a turnover. That's a really big advantage for them. The possession arrow now pointing in the favor of Kansas City because the jump was won by Lakeshore, but they weren't able to do anything with it. Made them, forced them to use a timeout. Turning back there is McMillan. Delvin with the ball. And he has just 2 seconds to score. Gets it up ahead to Clayton Brackett. Noss over the top, tries to get it over to Teague. Teague saves it and calls timeout. So both teams now having used a timeout. Score 1-0. Noss to Teague. Mendenhall in the middle. And Teague squeaks through. Get the try, 1-1. 1 minute expires. McMillan trying to get underneath. Led there. And Josh Robertson's turned over. Teague with the try. Talon Teague, number 33. Youngest player on the court. Probably by a lot. Brackett working his way up court. In a race with Teague. Protects the ball and crosses. So now Kansas City will inbound. Up over the top goes Teague. And Noss with the try. My name's Dave Mengen. I'm joined here with Kara Barron.
Good morning, Dave. Good morning.
Welcome back to the commentation table.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And that was dropped. I think that was off white. Yeah, it looks like Josh Roberts is going over there to inbound. Now he has a chair with one caster in the back. And I know that it was deemed illegal at the semifinals, but apparently an argument was made, an argument they won because it's been deemed legal for the rest of postseason. That's an old chair. That's not something he got built for him recently. So
I think the issue was that was the only chair that he had, and he had been playing with it all season. Nobody had caught it. Nobody let him know that it was illegal.
well, they also asked the question of the secretary, not the commissioner, is this okay? And they asked me a couple of years ago, and at the time we had not adopted the full rules, I don't believe, of IWRF.
So at the time it was probably just fine, and it wasn't causing an issue with any of the rules.
Right. The reason that they got rid of it, there's two reasons, right? The single caster on the back of the chair, A, creates an advantage for that player because there's only one, and B, creates a safety risk because they don't have both casters to help them not flip over backwards and smash their head. Mendenhall nailed as he tries to pick up the ball. Can't do it. McMillan gets the held ball as the ball's on top underneath the chair. A little hungry hippos action. So, but the possession arrow in favor of Kansas City, so they will retain possession. Digging that ball out. There's a nice shot there on the camera. So it'll be Mendenhall inbounding to Noss. Teague by himself over here. I think Noss would like to bring it across if he can. Teague throws it up to Hudspeth, who reaches back and crosses the line. McMillan beats Teague up. Noss now has to make a decision. He wanted to make him pass, but wasn't able to get there. Kara, have you played either of these teams this year?
I have not played Lakeshore this year, but we did play Casey down in the Casey tournament this past
You
year.
might have talked about that earlier, right?
Yeah, they're a really, really good, strong team. What I find is that they are really, really knowledgeable with each other. They know where to be on the court at what time, and it makes it really, really hard to defend against them.
You'll find that with Lakeshore, too. Lakeshore, these guys have been playing together a long time, especially Brackett and McMillan.
Oh, yes.
And, of course, Sid Christian, 22, he's been with the team forever. Feels like. Sid Salso, the secretary, or not the secretary, the treasurer of our league.
Thank you for
your service, yes, because
without you, we wouldn't be able to be playing.
there's a job that nobody knows about and nobody wants to think about. But he's done a great job keeping us financially competent and also responsible. If you've ever looked for a certificate of insurance, you probably talked to Sid about it. So that we can make sure that we have liability coverage so the gyms will let us play there. Brackett unable to get around the corner. He gets it to Josh Roberts. Roberts can't get out, calls time. Because he was in there for 9.5 seconds.
At least 9.5. They really backed up on him. That back pick can be so effective in these situations. Just having the know-how to be able to put the back of your chair on him and make it so he can't get in, even if he does get the ball past
And
him.
I wonder if that single caster was to his detriment in that situation.
It might have been because he
Hard to
wasn't
say.
able to get out.
I couldn't see, if you get behind both their wheels, he's not getting out.
No.
So
And that's why chair position is so important. In
I am
these kinds
so
of
glad I didn't have to
situations.
make that decision on that caster, because I'd have had to say, I said it was okay 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I can't rule now that you can't, even though we've adopted the rules, because so being commissioner is a tough job. It's an interesting job. I'm really glad that Bob Lopez is doing it. I think he's doing a great job.
Fantastic.
There have been many good commissioners before me and before him. A lot of people who care a lot about the sport.
And that looks like Reddington with the score.
Teague spun. McMillan tried to save him.
He'll go to the box for that, but
Yeah.
that's one of those things where, as a sportsman, I kind of like seeing that on the field.
I do, but you have to keep in mind that if that was not a spin and he tried to save him, then it would have been a penalty because he touched his chair.
Yep.
So,
he did take.
he did the right thing. I absolutely appreciate him doing that. That's not gamesmanship, that's sportsmanship, right?
And this is rugby. We're here for full contact, so things are going to happen. You are going to get some
They
players that
are
fall,
going to happen.
but doing it
Stuff
in the safest way
happens.
possible.
Noss gets it up to Teague. Hit by Brackett, but Brackett knows he did not have chair position, was not going to pop it out. He's a little frustrated. And now You got 3 players in front of that box trying to keep McMillan from getting onto the court without having to call inbound. Bob Lugano.
We've got about 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Bob, one of the participants in the Murder Ball documentary. Great player. Played with Team USA for a long time. Amazing pass and bump pass he can do. Really a positive person too. As Lakeshore drops in the key, Kansas City will advance, and Teague, the youngster, leading the charge.
See Mendenhall giving him some plays. What do you think about him?
Yeah, I think I saw him kind of question what Mendenhall was suggesting. Hudspeth there in the middle, but can't get it. Nice throw over the top there to Noss.
Great court awareness. That definitely was some great court awareness.
Yep. You need to know where your guys are all the time. And wow, Noss got a lot of ball, but the referee says he got some hand too. And because the ball got knocked out, that creates an advantage, and boom.
See the guys on the sideline giving him a little heck for it.
It's interesting that some of these calls are about gaining an advantage as opposed to you committed a sin. If you commit a sin and it doesn't give you an advantage, some of these things don't get called. A spin, for example.
Yeah.
And nobody calling inbound from Kansas City. You can't raise your hand and call inbounder at that point. You just can't. Because once the play is started, you can't say, hey, I'm inbounder, let me through.
And they can hold you up as
you
much
do-
as they
yeah,
want. behind the
absolutely.
line
We've
until
seen
you
it.
cross.
There's a huge game, Phoenix and U of A down in Phoenix for the championship, where ball was set on the ground and the player tried to get to the baseline and was hit from behind. And because you can hit before you can attack that guy, once the whistle's blown, you can hit him all you want. So Lakeshore has a little bit of a concern there. Coach Tommy Sullivan coming out to talk to the referee. And now we have Coach Tony Durham doing the same. 2:53 left in the first. Score is 9-8.
I think this is going to be one of our more evenly matched games for the weekend.
Certainly in Division II that we've seen on this court. (10-8) Kansas City. McMillan throws it up court, and Noss has the advantage here. Instead of grabbing the ball, he decides to take chair position, and Kansas City will inbound from the corner. Interesting decision. So these the 2 and the 4 seeds. Birmingham the 2, Kansas City the 4. Both these teams played each other in the semifinal in Kansas City, and that's how the seeding was set. So Kansas City having the advantage here is potential bracket busting. Teague around the corner. Miller up to Brackett. Brackett taps it to himself. Teague almost gets there. And now corner there.
Having 2 defenders to try and watch in the key is really, really difficult.
Well, he had the opportunity there. He had Tomlinson in front of him. He could pick either side, and he picked the inside as opposed to the outside. Mendenhall doesn't get the opening. Nice pass to Hudspeth. It's nice to have a low pointer that can attack with speed like that and take a a hot pass. Luhano will protect this one. Try and get it back to his high pointer, which he does. Great play. So Teague is locked up at this point. Mendenhall looking for somebody to get the ball to. Teague wants Noss. Noss has Mendenhall to help him, but he also has Hudspeth. Although he's going to take a hit when he catches that one. Brackett unable to shake him up. Hudspeth protecting it, trying to get it to Teague so Teague can take his time. 1 minute, 15 seconds left in the first. 12-10 our score. Clock management time here. We're going to try and work this down to 55, 52, somewhere in that range. And Teague tries to duck around, can't. Does at 57, gets it to Noss. Noss trapped and calls timeout. With 54 seconds left, Kansas City spends a timeout. 23 left on the shot clock. Obviously, they want to score quickly so they get another possession. Whose hands do you put the ball in here? Is it Teague or Noss?
I say you keep it floating. Put it in the hands of Teague. Have Noss get it into the post.
Well, it looks like we've got something wrong here.
Let's find out from the ref.
Wasn't there like 20? Oh, it was 2.3, not 23.
Yep.
I hate these shot clocks because I thought it was 23 seconds.
I did too.
So they're resetting the shot clock to 15, which they should. Luhano attacking Noss. Hudspeth there to help. He gets off it. Now counting down is the Kansas City bench. Noss going to the far side. Gets it into Hudspeth, who makes it through the corner. But now there's 40 seconds left, meaning Lakeshore can work for that last try. Kansas City wants a turnover here. Lakeshore wants to take their time and eat up that clock at the last try. McMillan gets it back to Brackett. Brackett, I think, is a 2-5.
That's Zion Reddington.
Yeah, 2-5. Pretty good hands. Some trunk. Brackett. Numbers are jacked up in the schedule. And over goes McMillan. What happened? Turnover. I'd love to see that one again. How did McMillan get on his back? We were looking at the numbers are wrong on Lakeshore's jerseys, just like they are for U of A. So we're constantly looking, but love to see that replay if we could. So he's okay.
On the clock. Try and get this last one.
Well, that's a big win for Kansas City in that they didn't give up that try. And since Lakeshore gets the ball at the beginning of the next quarter, that's an excellent thing. So at 13-10, we will take a 2-minute break and we'll come back for the second quarter. Thanks. Getting ready to start the second quarter here in Rockford, Illinois. It'll be Lujano leading the charge. Now Lujano, number 7, attacked by Teague, loses a handle on the ball, and a great bump pass. You see that by Hudspeth? They just tap it ahead to Teague.
This is the break Kansas City was really needing coming into this game.
They took away from Lakeshore last goal and first goal. That's huge. Those are two that Lakeshore should have been able to count on.
Yes, sir.
Brackett working around Roberts. Also Tomlinson in there for Lakeshore. It'll be Roberts crossing the try line. Some of the numbers are rights, I think. I'm not sure about number 3. I know the rest of these guys. Noss gets it to Teague. Lujano up to Brackett. Teague tries to come back at him. And Noss not going to be able to stop that one. As Clayton Brackett crosses the try line, 15-12 will be our score with 6:46 left in the first half. Noss stuck in the corner. Brackett pushing him out. Forced to call timeout. He gave him the front of his chair, so he owned him. He only had one hand on the ball, on the chair, so the other hand was on the ball. And apparently Noss used his elbow and it cut through his sleeve and he's bleeding, and they were going to make him cover up the blood or the wound.
So
I don't know why they sent him to the bench. Because technically well, I guess for a medical thing they might not do that, but for equipment you're supposed to stay where you are.
Yeah.
But I guess if they have to fix a wound, nobody wants somebody else's blood on them. Referee explaining what he does or doesn't need to do in this situation. And inbound quick to Noss, who lackadaisical on the catch. Gives it up. He's going to regret that one. And now it's only 13-15. Lakeshore gets the turnover. Noss gets it to Mendenhall. Mendenhall needs to get across half. Throws it to Teague. And it sounds like that flat, yes, was from Lakeshore. It'll be number 3, Tomlinson. He looks like he could be a 1. Maybe that number is right. Some of these guys got right numbers, some don't. Like Sid and Clayton's numbers are reversed. Actually, Roberts is 23, but he's here as 42. Christian is 22, and Brackett's 21, right? Yeah. Teague gets the interception. And Kansas City makes it a 4-try difference. Lots of turnovers in this one. And it looks like we got a chunk on a caster. You pick up a lot of fuzzy animals out there.
Today.
And you can feel it thumping while you're pushing it. It's thump, 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 because it's a tiny wheel that happens real fast and real often. Nice job there by Teague to get into the passing lane and steal that one. Roberts has 2 pickers. Needs to use them, get across half. Held up there. That was a little ticky-tack to me. Like I thought his hands were out in front of his chair when he got touched.
I thought so too.
But we're not in the same position as the referee. Obviously, he saw something we did not.
Take a look at Noss in the penalty box. He just looks like he is calculating his first move out of that box.
I think he's frustrated.
I would be too.
He turned the ball over once. He got a foul that he didn't think was a foul. And now they're going to make him call inbounder. So Mendenhall kept away from the play. And now the low pointer, Tomlinson, comes over so Brackett can get away from Mendenhall. But Mendenhall's there. He can take that pass. Hudspeth tries to push out. He's got Noss again. Noss needs Teague, but Teague's got to turn around to catch that one.
Oh,
Roberts gets it,
down.
but flips over. There's the single caster thing right there.
I see.
It looked to me like he just went over.
He just went back.
Yeah. It was totally him.
Yeah.
He was trying to get control of his chair and control of the ball. And
He leaned back. He just
Yeah.
reached his hands out, and it went back.
let's watch this real close. Right, like if he had a caster on both sides, would that have been a
yeah.
problem? I don't know.
It wouldn't have.
Because he went to, it was a right side kind of thing, right? So,
Yep.
yeah.
If he had had two casters, I don't think that would have been a problem, Dave. There you go.
Anyway,
Reverse.
we're thinking about safety here, right? Well, I'm not trying to get the guy out of playing.
It
was a good effort.
It's that single
It was a
caster.
really good effort. Brackett here, trying to get the ball out. Noss can't shield his face. That's illegal, but Roberts drops the pass. And Kansas City gets another one here. They have an opportunity to make it 4 again. Both teams going to want to kind of take the 5 minutes at halftime to clean things up because it's been a little bit sloppy. Teague now with the ball. Double teamed. Mendenhall will chase it down. He's got Brackett and Roberts on him. Trying to protect it, get the ball to his teammate. He's got Talon Teague right behind him, but he didn't see that. But he did see Noss. And Noss saw Hudspeth. 18-14. Kansas City with the advantage currently. Brackett going around the outside. Noss catches him. Brackett looking to get out. And we got a loose ball. Teague picks it up. Beats Roberts with a head fake. Milano gets his teeth in there, but able to get it away to Noss. And now it's a 5-try lead for Kansas City. This seems like a situation where you call a coach's timeout and try and take that momentum away from Kansas City that they've got that's created so many turnovers.
That's what I would do.
But maybe Brackett can do it there just by scoring that try.
Let's hope.
Something needs to happen, though, for Lakeshore to kind of calm this down and get control over the top. Is he going to be able to catch that? No. Right back into the ladies' room goes the ball. Fortunately,
That may be the break they needed just to be able to slow down that momentum
Could be.
and get back to their game.
Kansas City calling a coach's timeout.
It's looked like you called it, Dave.
I would have said Lakeshore was the one that needed to call that because they're the ones that were turning the ball over most. But Kansas City also having some turnover issues. So Coach Durham there giving some direction, talking about how to reel this in a little bit, make sure they don't create so many turnovers, that the passes are good, etc. As you can see, Lakeshore, they're ready to go. They're thinking about their inbound. And Kansas City won't attack. They'll go straight into the key. Sticking with the same line. Though Lakeshore brings out number 10, Zion Reddington. I think the double line here with Sullivan is the reason that the numbers are mostly because they're mixed up there. Because Amy Bruder doesn't have a number, and I know she's sitting there on the bench. I think she might be 42. So Noss trying to get it out to Teague. Teague's on the line. He's not going to be any help. Noss now throws it ahead. Hudspeth in the right place again.
Reddington's got a heck of a hit there.
Yep. Yes, he does. Reddington slowly crossing the try line there. And it looks like Hudspeth calls inbound. He's going coast to coast with nobody bothering him. You see Reddington there working with Noss, or working on Noss. Noss unable to get into a position, but Teague does. He's open up top if he can get the ball there. Reddington pushing hard. Noss faster, at least fast enough. You can use your chair on a faster guy and keep them behind you, and that's what he did. Effectively faster, right? Ivano will inbound. He's got Brackett. Noss trying to keep up there. Can't get the chair position he wants, even with the hips. And Brackett coast to coast. Mendenhall met by Brackett. Noss turned as he wants to throw, changes his mind a couple of times, hangs on to it, which is a good decision. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Teague sees the corner. Instead goes over the top to Mendenhall. And a penalty try. That'll be Reddington, Zion Reddington, number 10. Oh, Teague stops him at the line, but he didn't turn far enough, I guess, that the referee felt it was over and back. He slowed him down, but he didn't stop him. And the direction change wasn't significant enough to be reverse direction. So Noss working his way behind his pickers. Slowly, he gets it ahead to Teague. His patience paid off, right?
Waited for that play to develop.
Yeah, he knew Teague would get there eventually. He just needed to make sure that he did it within 12. So with 2:03 left, score is 23-19. Kansas City in the lead. Brackett deciding whether or not to dribble. Does, and then shoots a pass over to Reddington.
It brings us back to a 3-try game.
Teague looking back, finds Noss. He's got Hudspeth. He's got all kinds of help. Mendenhall, if he can bring that in. Brings it down to a minute 40, 24-20. Again, Kansas City the 4 seed, Lakeshore the 2 seed.
This could be quite the upset.
Noss
Kansas City
caught up on a
today.
chair, calls equipment. He got up on the front of Brackett's chair, and then when Hudspeth swung underneath, he got caught in Hudspeth's picker. So he basically picked him up off of Brackett's chair. Lujano gets it in to Reddington, who squirts through around Mendenhall. Teague with the ball. He's off to the races. Changes his mind, pulls up 1 minute 20. Looks like they're going to try and score around the double nickel situation. Try and manage the clock here. Get a try and give themselves another opportunity. And here he goes on the attack with 14 left on the shot clock. Easily ducking underneath the corner there.
56 seconds left on
He kind of juked Tomlinson. And he sold it well enough that Tomlinson got frozen. Quijano getting his little arm extensions there fixed. Arm guards. He used to have a strap that would hold him in his chair because it would be like over his shoulder.
Yeah.
So trying to eat up, get down the floor fast enough that they get another possession is Lakeshore, and they do. They can have another possession if Kansas City doesn't use a timeout. Mendenhall into Teague. There's a quick score. Noss, if he can score quickly, can guarantee them. Go. He doesn't. I thought for sure he was going to just score it and have another possession, but now they will think about last try. About a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 18 left on his shot. Different people counting different numbers. That's very confusing. Gets it into Mendenhall, who puts it across the line with 16 left. So no concerns there about that 16 seconds, even despite having Lakeshore score in about 6 the last time through. Teague unable to get chair position on Brackett, but Brackett stopped there by Noss. Brackett's got a pass to get it there, but can't get it to him. Noss actually gets the pass, and at 26-22, we will go into halftime. We'll take a 5-minute break. Come on back. This one's going to be a good one. right, here we go. Second half of the final game of pool play on this court.
What do you think Lakeshore's coach was saying at halftime? I saw them all huddled up there. They were chatting for probably a good 4.5 of the 5 minutes. What do you think they were saying?
Yeah, they really need to play their game. I don't feel like Lakeshore has been able to do this the way they want, right? They're making mistakes that they shouldn't be making. I'm surprised McMillan's not in. I feel like Bell adds a dynamic, but and a level of experience. But that said, I think Reddington has played well.
Very well.
Noss picks it up. Hit at the line.
It's one of the things they've been kind of telling us to watch this year. And last year was
watch the hits at the line is what they always say at the coaches meeting at the beginning, or the captain's meeting. So.
And I can understand that, but the line for me as a player is where I'm going to make the most amount of plays. It's right at that pivotal moment when people stop paying attention all the way. Well, you can get those snags. You can get
here's the problem. If you hit somebody at the line and you have no opportunity to affect the outcome of that, then it's unnecessary. And if it puts somebody in danger, it's immediately flagrant.
That's fair.
So in that situation, there was no advantage gained, but he was hitting him at the line in a place where he really had no advantage or no opportunity to affect the play. And in my mind, that should at least be a penalty. But I can't tell how close to the line he was. I'm way back here, right? I did see the player throw his hands up like, what? Why didn't you call that? So, there's a lot of misunderstanding on how those things get called. 9 seconds left on the shot. Noss looking ahead for Teague. Can Teague get through? He does. 29-24.
He makes it look easy.
Kansas City, I think, has done a really good job of developing Teague.
I think that's why Tony Durham, their coach, got the coach's award last night.
Yeah. Tony's a good player, and you know what? He could do well even just playing that in this situation and not playing Teague.
Yeah.
They can still do really successfully, and as a coach, that's a tough decision to make, to say, you know what, this guy should play instead of me.
Definitely
so Hudspeth
commendable.
will do the time.
Teague with a hand on.
Wow, that was a great play. All effort. You see, kind of went up on one wheel there.
That's where that trunk really comes into play. We were talking about that yesterday.
Yep. Trunk and reach. And it's not that Reddington doesn't have a reach. He's got a pretty good reach. He's up there high in his chair, but Teague just with the effort. So Brackett coming down. Teague will try to get in there. He does. He stops him. Luhano opening up the corner. Brackett deciding not to take the corner. He's got Reddington in the corner. What is he trying to do here? I don't understand what the play is. He's had opportunities to get it to Reddington. He's had opportunities in the corner himself. And now he'll get that try with 3 seconds left. He gets across. 1.4 left on the shot clock. So Lakeshore, not the team that
just
thinks...
not able to see that option?
I'm not sure what... He had something going on. He was communicating, saying what he wanted.
We need to start miking up rugby players like they mic up the NFL players.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think it'd make for some great videos afterwards.
It'd be great if we could put NFL players in rugby chairs and try playing against them.
We do that sometimes.
They'd never fit.
You never know.
Most of these guys are so skinny. Brackett trying to get around the corner here. Noss in his way. And now you see them trying to run it on the other side. Reddington now in the middle. Brackett being reached on by Noss. Trying to protect that ball. Can't seem to get it out of his lap. Nowhere to go with it. And now he finally has a corner open. But that took them entirely too long. Good patience there, though, by Brackett to make sure that he didn't turn the ball over and find an opening. Reddington tries to get in on that ball. Mendenhall takes the pass. Teague hit by Brackett. Turned his chair a little bit, but not enough to stop him. You know, he's a little bit in danger of spinning him there, so he probably pulled back. Because as much as we want to hit each other, we don't want to hurt each other. I mean, sometimes I want to hurt people, but I'm not gonna.
Next time I see you on the court, Dave, if you start going at me full speed, I'll know you're doing it on purpose.
Well, yeah, I want to hit you. No question about
I
that.
see that.
Now you know what they mean when they say I want to hit that. It's about rugby.
It's always been about rugby.
Yep, even before you were playing, I'm sure.
Oh, yes.
You just didn't know it yet. Dang.
What a pass.
We love this stuff. I love playing. I'm so disappointed that I'm not playing. But,
I'm with you.
you know, every morning when we wake up, I go out to the hotel lobby to have breakfast, and I feel like I'm going to play because my teammates are around me, and I'm in a hotel eating breakfast, which is not something that I normally do. But it's nice to not have that responsibility, so when I lay down at night in bed, I don't have to think about how much rest did I get and when should I wake up in order to do this, and am I going to be able to do it, right? Am I going to wake up and have too many spasms to sit in my chair right? And
Those over-the-back passes make me so nervous every time.
it's fun when you see them, though, somebody make a pass over their shoulder when it works, but it's a risky pass. And that, well, that shouldn't have been a risky pass. Yeah, it's not. So right now it's a 4-try difference, although Lakeshore has the opportunity to flip it here. Luhano looking for help. Reddington trying to get open. Brackett tried to get it and dropped it, but it must have hit Noss or Noss's chair. So now we're out. Reddington's free. Teague trying to keep Brackett out. And Reddington pops his way through. Speaking of popping,
Talon took another tire.
what made me pick that word?
I'm going to go with a little bit of deja vu. You knew it was going to happen.
I think I might have heard the sound, and that might have made the word come out of my mouth, pop. So, oh, I see a Pittsburgh sighting over there. It's a long way for him to come.
You talking about Josh over there?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's a long drive for him.
He just got in today, I believe.
It's nice to see guys coming out here to watch who aren't playing. Saw Josh in at the Philly postseason tournament. Teague rocked up by Luhano. Unable to get off. Noss takes it from him, and he's trying to get across half court. He's got some time. Ducks through. Reddington reaches in there, but nice job of protecting that ball. Reddington making an impact. He's been good defensively. He's handled the ball pretty well offensively. Nice switch. I'm not sure why McMillan is out. If he has something going on, or I think he's still sitting there on the bench. And a try scored by Brackett. Mendenhall's picker he's on top of. Teague gets free, but he's got Luhano all over him. And Brackett's there to meet him. Hudspeth's going to try and set a pick for him. Teague does a good job there, using his pick to get up court, and ducking underneath that pile. So Kansas City with the opportunity to go back up by 4 tries. Luhano inbounds quickly to Reddington and comes back following his picker. Hudspeth gets blasted. Moss pushing hard. Able to stay between Reddington and the try line, and now it's loose. Throws it over his head.
Oh,
Teague gets it. Clayton Brackett unable to get there. Lujano, though, is tying him up pretty nicely. So Noss throws it to Hudspeth. Hudspeth got to wait for it.
Turnovers like that you hate to see.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
Like, I think he could have gotten control of his chair and not tossed that thing. Plus, they got timeouts, don't they? You can't take them home. Can't use them in the next game. Can't give me mom on Mother's Day.
Another turnaround.
Oh, and he throws it right back. Noss did not need to do that. He's got 40 seconds. He's right at the line with 12 seconds left.
Talon
Yeah, he's
taking on the foul. Little amp on amp crime out there.
all right. So Lakeshore will inbound from the side.
I see my teammates over there.
I didn't know Tim had a girlfriend,
What's up, Oscar Mike?
or is she just resting?
No, that's Tim's girlfriend. She's super, super sweet.
I don't know if I've met her.
I don't think you have yet.
I'll have to.
Yeah.
I played with Tim as a Renegade back in Vegas
Heck yeah.
several years ago. That was a fun team. We that's the best I ever did as a team. We came in third Division II, and then they replaced me with a player from Denmark, and they came in third Division I. So now I know how I fit in relations, right?
That must have been a hard day for you.
No, it's a nice perspective, right? Okay, I'm D2 third, and he's D1 third. He's way better player than me.
That's fair. A whole division better.
A whole division better. You know, the competition changes from year to year, too, as you have teams change by people moving or stop playing or new players. So, like, you know, we played for a Division II championship one year. I've come in last in Division II. I've come in 7th in Division I. So, you know, it's interesting. And even our the year Grand Rapids won Division II, they never beat us. But we didn't play postseason. We decided against playing. So it always sticks in my craw that they won Division II championship, but they never were able to beat us at full strength. So I always say, well, the best team in you won a Division II championship, but we're the best team in Michigan. I like to joke with them, you know, rub it in their face. That one time they beat us.
It's all fun and games. We have a lot of rivalry
No,
between
it's
us as
trash
players,
talk between teams, right?
It's a family after.
I love those Grand Rapids guys. Nick Long has done a lot for rugby in Michigan and for a lot of people way outside of rugby. And that program at Mary Freebed, pretty phenomenal. They put a lot of money into it. They have a great facility. They worked with the YMCA to build an accessible, intended YMCA. They always have a great tournament every year. It's usually the first one of the year, first weekend of October. And I love playing with those guys. I go over and practice with them sometimes too. 37-32, Kansas City leads, 37 seconds left in the third. Brackett will be met by Teague. Trying to get that last try is Lakeshore. And now we have some of Kansas City dropping into the key. Roberts back in for Lakeshore, number 23. And now Brackett in trouble. He's looking for somebody to pass to. Roberts is not available. And with 0.2 seconds left, he works across that corner. Great play by Brackett, just kept pushing even though the guys counting on the bench were way beyond zero by the time he got there. So we're at 37-33. Got a 2-minute break here. The possession arrow in favor of Lakeshore. They have a chance to bring it closer. We'll be back in 2 minutes. All right, welcome back. We're here in the last round of pool play. This is a Division II game. Lakeshore versus Kansas City. Kansas City right now leads 37-33, but Lakeshore with the ball. Brackett running the offense, number 21. Clayton seemed pretty frustrated today, but this time a lot of help there in the corner. Nice pick there by Tomlinson, taking advantage of the collapsing defense of Kansas City. Teague is out there, but Noss can't get to him. Running out of time to cross half. He does. And ahead to Mendenhall. Nice play. Nice job of keeping his head up so that he knew that his low point was there for that pass. Brackett on top of Noss. Hudspeth slows him down. Now Brackett stuck in traffic. Mendenhall not able to get his teeth in there. And they're going to cross the try line. Keeping it to 3-point difference. And over the top to Noss. Both teams trying to clean up the turnovers that we were seeing early in this game. So far not seeing that happen yet this quarter. Only a minute and 20 seconds in though, right?
Oh yeah, only a minute in. We still have lots of time to play. 3-point swing. Still anybody's game.
Lots of opportunity. We saw a Division I game yesterday that went 5 points up, 5 points down, 5 points up again.
It's all a matter of who wants
pretty
it
short
more.
spans. It seemed more like a basketball game to me in the way that it was like this game of runs where a team could make a 10-point swing and then another team made a 10-point swing. I was like, what?
It was crazy.
You don't see that in this game that much.
No, it's usually pretty evenly matched. We're going to see try after try after try, but it's going to go back and forth between the opponents.
Yeah, or if somebody gets up by 7 or 8, the chances that they're going to pull it back, obviously they decrease as you get further into the game, but
and usually when you get that kind of point spread, you're going to put in your other lines, you're going to get some guys in for some play time.
or you're not going to see it swing the same amount the other way.
No.
Lots of fun to watch this weekend. Mendenhall at the line, catching that pass from Teague.
Looks like Reddington's getting ready to come back in as soon as they call for subs. So we're going to see that powerhouse line come back out.
Looks like McMillan is coming in too, so we're going to see a line we haven't seen yet. Guys we have seen, but not together. So Mendenhall calls for inbound. And it looks like everybody but Brackett is dropping in the key.
I wonder if you just didn't hear the call.
This is the opportunity right here. Teague smartly keeping him out. And just wasn't sure whether to show a bounce pass or throw it right into his lap, so he threw it kind of in the middle and hit the chair instead of the hands or the floor.
That's the kind of break that Lakeshore needed to be able to swing this back in their favor.
Yeah, because right now it's only 3, right?
Yes, sir, it is. We can bring it back down to 2
So
right
Lakeshore
here.
doing a better job cleaning up the turnovers than Kansas City so far this one. Although Hudspeth almost picked that up.
Ooh,
That was close. Roberts
and he's gonna
gets
push
around
for
Noss.
it.
Can Noss
And
catch him?
that
He
single
does.
wheel faster.
Tom seems to have gotten faster too.
They do a really good job here of turning him back so he doesn't have an eye on that goal. He can make sure that he needs to set his chair first and then get the pass up.
So Brackett puts him within 2. 41-39. Lakeshore looking for another turnover. Kansas City over the top. This will be an easy one for Teague, as long as it doesn't hit his wheel.
I was thinking the same thing.
Don't like those straight up the court. There's too much opportunity for the ball to hit your wheel or for it to get past you before you realize that it's coming, so it goes too fast. So
I like to give it a nice high toss-up.
And I like the guy going up court to go toward the sideline.
Yes.
So now I have the whole other side of the court to throw it. And if I screw up, he can correct and adjust and make the catch despite my bad pass.
We do those drills in practice for a reason, Dave. You want to be wide on the court, come back in and run it in.
The people who do those drills do them for that reason.
Yes,
The people who don't do them don't learn that. Noss gets it across. He got spun around there by Lugano, but he's okay.
Real close to that 12-second mark.
Which is why he threw it as hard as he did. Teague almost lost that one. So Kansas City looking to set something up here, but they didn't really come out all the way. 10 seconds left. Nobody came to take the... And he's across the line. Yeah, I think he was counting on Hudspeth to come over and eat up some of that space that he created by attacking the corner, and nobody did. So Kansas City rightly there calls the coach's timeout so they can kind of collect. So maybe we can see here what happened. So Noss unable to get it, hit him in the head, but he crossed the line. He crossed the line before the ball got there. This might be a better shot. Oh yeah, you'll be able to see right here. Caster over the line as it hits his head. And that's not a try.
Face of defeat.
Robert's excited to see Josh celebrating back behind him.
As soon as he crossed that line, he knew that it was not going to happen for him.
Well, as soon as it came out of his hands and hit him in the head, you could see the frustration.
But this is what Lakeshore needed to bring it back. We have a 2-try swing right now. 4 minutes left. Anything could happen.
Yep, and knowing that these two teams played at the semifinal and Lakeshore came out on top on that one, hence them being the 2 seed instead of the 4 seed, which Kansas City is. They are the favorite, at least they were coming into this. And now we're going to switch it up, go back to that starting line here. Brackett, Roberts, McMillan. And of course, Sid Christian up here, number 22. Brackett tries to get it across half. He does to McMillan. Teague there to slow him down, but cannot stop him.
Sid is like a train running through. You cannot stop him once he wants to go.
So now it's 42-41. This is the closest Lakeshore has been in quite a while. Teague makes that hit.
And he is down.
And McMillan fouls Noss as Noss hits him.
It's called it.
Delvin on his back. Just kind of waiting for somebody to pick him up. We're going to get to see this again. Watch this hit. Teague misses, but McMillan ends up getting caught up. Watch it here. This is going to be a great angle. Yeah, see.
Just catches his chair and
he just was kind of bouncing when he hit Tom's chair. He's all right, but he's going to spend some time in the box because he made contact on his way down. So Noss will get the easy try here. And looks like Mendenhall is going to go deep. Yeah, they're yelling box. I don't know why he was going down the try line, but that's where he was headed. And he doesn't get into position, so McMillan gets out. 43-41, 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in this game. Could still go either way. Roberts looking for Brackett. Brackett's got it. And he's got help getting out from Roberts. Hudspeth tries to slow him down. Noss there, not able to get him at the line. And with the help of McMillan's backing up, he almost had him at the half-court line. And scooped up the loose ball is Teague. Teague will make it a 3-try game. How big is that?
That was huge for them. If they want to hold on to this lead, they've got to keep making smart moves like that. Keep your head on a swivel and look up for any opportunity. Again.
Another interception.
Head on a swivel. Make sure you are looking for these.
Kansas City doing a great job creating turnovers. They just need to be able to protect the ball because they've given up quite a few themselves. McMillan trying to get around Teague, looks for some help, finds it in bracket, and throws another one away. So this time, Kansas City, instead of picking it up, will take the ball down in the corner with 2:37 left. Now Lakeshore will use their last coach's timeout. Coach Tommy Sullivan trying to calm his guys down and say, look, we're still in this. We got 2.5 minutes. We need to clean it up because they've thrown 3 balls away, 3.
In the last 30 seconds.
Unforced errors, right? You can't do anything about the fact that somebody else does something to earn a turnover. That one was, yeah, that was an effort, but it's like the inbound over here. Just went right to the wrong player. That's not something that you can get away with and win a game like this.
That happens. And with this game, you have to really be able to shake it off, let it go, get to the next play.
Gotta have a short memory.
And go.
So Noss across half patiently. Brackett taking a swipe.
That was aggressive.
Yeah, he's frustrated. And his coach is telling him, we need to create a turnover. You need to be aggressive. You know, if you don't go for it, you're going to lose. And if you go for it and you lose because you went for it, at least you went for it.
At least you went for it. That is right.
So they need a turnover every play they can get. So over the top to Roberts. He wants to score quickly because the clock is not on their side. 2:15 left. 46-42. Mendenhall looking at Noss. Not much pressure from Lakeshore. I would expect a little more pressure. But now Noss got Lujano in his face for not having pressure. They sure are having trouble getting across half. Teague can't pick it up. And he says, nope, my bad.
This is where it starts. If they score now, it's a 3-point swing, 2 minutes left. Who knows? I've seen crazier stunts.
Tough mistake there. But the great pressure there by Lakeshore to keep Kansas City from getting across half.
You have to create opportunities for yourself and your teammates to draw on.
So Mendenhall looking for someplace to go. Teague is facing the wrong way. Noss having trouble getting past Lujano. So he goes to Hudspeth. Hudspeth gets it to Teague because Teague got away from the double team. And Roberts is slowing him down, but not able to stop him all the way. And it'll be Mendenhall taking it across the line with 1:42. Kansas City up now by 4. Really needs to slow it down. Can't afford to give these guys freebies and then struggle to get across half. You let Lakeshore throw it over the top and they get an easy one. You got to make sure you transition so that they can't get into defensive position, because a quick score like that, when the offense transitions to defense, a lot of times you can get a quick opportunity to do the same. So it'll be Noss has got Teague up top, and
anytime you leave him up top, he is going to get the ball and go.
So now Kansas City looking at dropping into the key. And this they see as an advantage because it's going to slow things down. And Lakeshore will have to calculate, plan, move guys in and out of position in order to let Brackett get through. So 14 seconds used on the shot clock that time as opposed to the 4 that got used on the last play that they scored a try. Noss turning back for it. He's got Mendenhall and Hudspeth. Hudspeth is up here. He's got the advantage on Brackett, but he had to pick it up to and Mendenhall. Wow. That was a great pass because he was going to get hit across that line and he was certain of it. Fortunately, Teague was right there. So 58 seconds remaining. Lakeshore now desperate. Score as fast as possible and reach like crazy. Try create a turnover. Play tough defense.
This is where you throw everything at them.
But if Kansas City can get the upset here, Kansas City will be playing with an opportunity to win a Division II national championship.
What a weekend for them. That could
don't know how Lakeshore has done. I'm guessing that both of these teams will advance. 27 seconds. Noss protecting the ball. Does not need to score, but Teague will. And that just is an insurance policy, as the difference is 4 tries with 18 seconds. Lakeshore's bracket tries to get up. Teague apparently reached back.
We've seen him in the box a couple times today.
That's all right. It's aggressive play,
Oh, yeah.
right? Sometimes you see an opportunity and they're going to score anyway. Why not try and pop it out of there?
How many fouls can you get for a certain player in any one game?
There's no limit.
Foul limits?
Yeah, we don't do that. It's something we've talked about. I don't know that it's a bad idea. And with less than a second left, Lakeshore scores the try. 47 for Lakeshore, 50 for Kansas City. And as they inbound this ball, that will complete the game. Kansas City with the win.
Of the weekend, it sounds like so far.
We saw 2 upsets yesterday,
Yep.
1 today.
Let's watch that replay.
So Teague over the top to Noss. And we saw a lot of Noss over the top to Teague. So great game there. Congratulations to Kansas City and Lakeshore. Hopefully both teams will take advantage of their opportunity in the next round. We do have games coming up.
Got some D1s.
We got
D1
crossover games
up.
coming. So Kansas City, the spoiler at this point. We're going to try and find out who's playing at what time so that we can tell you. But I will tell you that this game is going to be the first from Pool A versus the second from Pool B.